So this video is for Monique in Brooklyn. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Before we met in Oshland, something happened between me and this celebrity, Max Kellerman. It was unaddressed in all aspects because, I didn't tell my parents when it happened. I had told my aunt and my grandmother, and the whole situation had everything to do with dirty police letting him do whatever you want, Max Kellerman do whatever you want. Now this is the situation that I really want to talk about. I mean, I could talk about that later with Max Kellerman. It's way more than people anticipated or whatever. But your situation, I'm talking about Monique, Brooklyn, and Deshae, and the whole DDG and Kai situation. Um, y'all situation basically was built on my subconscious intangibly. You see what I'm saying? Uh, y'all didn't know me, and whatever transpired when I had left, and y'all know I had left. Um, that really wasn't a good look. So I was basically being mistreated my entire life, right? And now that I know that I'm looked at as Monique Corello, and that's why I experience everything I experience in the world, the real world. Um, Now it makes sense to me as I get older, and I'm 39. Um, you guys fell right into the same trap. I think it was a trap. I know it was done purposely, but when we had met in Oshland, everything wasn't copacetic. Me and my father had a nice split, right? Um, he had his own family. He's with his daughter, and he started getting ready for his daughter. And there's more situations with the little cousin y'all met at the house. Monique and Mel Mel met him too. Is with Gerald Norman and his father being related to Puffy. So that's why I gotta stop everybody and I gotta pull you to the side, Brooklyn, and I gotta show you, Brooklyn, that your mother, your father, my father, family, period, they all went through something before we were born. And they have these feelings, they have these grudges, and everything. Now, Brooklyn, I'm gonna just direct this to you because um, I'm saying Deshae looks like he's on a run. Where's the attitude that he had with him, smashing all the baddies, the rumor, the STD. Uh, and I'll address more of him later. But to pull you aside, Brooklyn, when I seen you after the situation and you not telling me what happened or what was going on as it was going on because that little girl was behind you, I could understand because that little girl I despise. I don't like her. But that's what they know that, we don't like them, we don't get along, but they speak anyway due to the fact that we have mutual relatives. So I have a cousin, right, who I used to get along with, and that's her cousin on the other side of the family, and they get along. So that's exactly what you was experiencing, and that's what I was experiencing. So me, I have my own defense mechanism and safe haven up because nobody would tell me nothing, just like nobody tells anybody in our family that's my age and below or anything. We don't know nothing, but something had transpired, right? So Brooklyn, what happened to you happened to me in Deshae, in which we are surrounded by a whole bunch of quote unquote Jeanette MacDonald. This is not Calvin Earl Barksdale Sr.'s family. I repeat, this is not Calvin Earl Barksdale Sr.'s family. This is Jeanette MacDonald's family. Now, Jeanette MacDonald has a distinctive look, just it doesn't mean it just doesn't mean that her cousin from her father and mother who is black and her cousin is black. It doesn't mean that they're not related. So that's something that my father experienced too, though, Brooklyn. And Monique and Jamel knows about my father being bullied also. My father was never really physically fit because he was born with a heart murmur. Now, he was strong because he played basketball and he jumped real high, but he was limited to a whole bunch of stuff. And then I guess he found out about the whole street life and it took off. He has his own angle and own story, Brooklyn. And Monique and Jamel and my mother and all the oldest, your grandmother, my grandmother, they helping my father write his story. And we just in his path. You understand where I'm coming from? We just mech. We just the leftover that's just left on the planet after it's decomposed. So that's why I'm getting frustrated because I don't know how old y'all are. I know for a fact that Shay is lying, but I don't know about everything else because I put two and two together. So, so Brooklyn, when I step you aside and I show you that they know something, and you have to look at the whole situation through my eyes, for the simple fact, the reason why I said you do is because y'all using my name, and your older little brother or older brother, he knew my first and last name because y'all cousin, listen, Monique, Jamel's cousin, you feel what I'm saying? Jamel's cousin is Terrence. Terrence Reed. He's also a Diddy cousin. He's a Diddy cousin through the other side. So look at it like this, what I've seen at the age of 39. My grandmother, Jeanette, Jin, yes, Jin, Grandma Jin, right? It looks like she has been following families. One of her brother has 30 kids. 30 kids. Uncle Dickie, and look at his name. He has 30 kids. So it looks like my grandmother was following something or was a part of something because Gerald, right, is her grandson. But Terrence, we found out, isn't our cousin that way. He isn't Kevin Barksdale's son. We found out later. And when we met y'all, that's when we found out that Terrence wasn't our real cousin. He's our cousin through a different way. And that's why he turned on Brooklyn and he turned on Deshae and he turned on Gerald. And that situation happened with Kai Cenat and DDG and My Name Is In It. Is because when Terrence found out that Uncle Stinky, that Kevin Barksdale wasn't his real father, he snapped and he was already on Ritalin as a kid. Y'all have to understand, I was smaller than these big ass, younger, retarded cousins of mine who just wants to hit me, right? Who wants to hit me because the older cousins like Janelle, Buddy, Raymond, yes, Janelle Barksdale, Raymond Barksdale, John Hopgood, they telling them to hit me and shit. You see what I'm saying? I had just left that situation from my mother's side. My mother had me with Paris. Now that I found out that Paris, this is why I'm mad. Paris is related to Jamel also. I didn't know that. It's too much incest. You're telling me that all y'all niggas is fourth and fifth cousins. And you think I'm not going to feel a type of way? Dave Vaughn, when I say David, I mean King Vaughn. He went through the same exact thing. Because what y'all don't know is Tasha and fucking Silk is related. And guess who Silk is related to? My mother's side of the family. This shit is all script. Yes, William, I got a cousin named William Peterson. He looks exactly like me and Silk at the same time. I'm dead ass serious. Come to find out, that's his fucking cousin. That's their family. So this is what is. So if Gerald Norman is her grandson, meaning her daughter had a baby by Diddy's cousin. Just look at it like that, right? Now we find out Terrence isn't our cousin. However, as soon as we found that out, we found out that he is related to Grandma Jean through her mother's side on Jody. We got a cousin named Jody on that side. You feel me? So it doesn't matter if the blood is not making us family. These niggas is acting off of mental health, being told something their whole life, then being told the total opposite, having an opportunity to stab you in your back, and they taking advantage of it. Period, point blank. The people that's involved in Diddy parties are the same people that's around us in White Plains projects. Not Yonkers per se, but White Plains projects. But they come over here to this specific neighborhood in Yonkers. I already see, and I know the YouTube algorithm. I know y'all frustrated, right? I know y'all are. I know y'all not making that much money like y'all was. Y'all going off what y'all was saving, and y'all just trying to have fun and live it up. Y'all don't have to live so paranoid, because it's only me that's hating on y'all niggas. Period, point blank. I told you I'm gonna eat you every single time. You're not about to sit. You're not about to sit up here and blame me for something I didn't do. That's why the family didn't like me. The family didn't like me because I always stood up for myself. You understand? Now this is the Kai Cenat situation, Brooklyn. This is the Kai Cenat situation, Monique. This is the bullshit that I'm talking about. Kai Cenat was an incubator baby. If you don't want me to use Cabbage Patch, I'll use incubator baby. Okay? This grandmother of mine, she sends pictures of us. And my picture is with Diddy's family. And you know, and they not going to never say nothing until probably later down the line, or when he comes home, if Kai Cenat is still relevant, that Kai Cenat and Diddy are related. Now, they have a mutual cousin. Listen, though, Monique. They have a mutual cousin, is Gerald Norman, who's a Barksdale. That's my blood cousin. His mother and my father are brother and sister. Same mother, same father. So behind my back, he's letting Kai say my name. He's letting Deshae is doing the same thing. DDG doesn't know me, so he's going with the flow. So if Brooklyn, if Brooklyn was scared of the situation, what was going on, that was a long time ago. You could have said something. Social media got way better within that period of time. So I already know this becomes personal with the parents. So Brooklyn, I have to tell you, your father was around me when I was around Max Kellerman, and your father is supposed to be in New York as a registered sex offender. See, when that happened, rumor has it, Brooklyn, that Monique and your father, and your father and my father is what, first cousins or second cousins? I forgot. I think they might be first cousins, or is I think they second cousins. Yeah, your father and my grandmother is first cousins, right? So your parents tried to set my father up to get killed. Rumor has it, from what I heard. So if this is personal, if this is a personal attack on me, and my father's attacking me already before I met y'all, I'm just gonna put y'all niggas together, and y'all niggas is beef together.